My name is James Cox. I'm a graphic designer and a mixed martial arts fighter. Mixed martial arts is a multidiscipline combat sport. I train at IPC in Wrexham and my head coach is Aaron Aby. Mixed martial arts has been so much more to me than just learning a combat sport. Since doing mixed martial arts, I've also started trying to improve my health in other aspects. Because I sit down at a desk all day, I find it really beneficial for me to move my body in flexibility classes. Losing weight became a byproduct of all the training that I was doing. I also wanted to feel better whilst training, so I started to learn about food and nutrition and all these little things that I've slowly started to pick up on. They're also going to help me later on in life, so it's beneficial as a whole. I would always encourage people to get into the sport, whether it be just to do it once a week as a fun hobby, whether to learn it for self-defense because they're getting picked on in school, or whether they just like to do jiu-jitsu. I think that's an amazing sport where you've hardly got any chance of getting a black eye or something like that. Something you can do unnoticed by your work colleagues, yet deep down you're a secret killer. Cage fighting, the term is just disgusting. It's such a derogatory term for such a beautiful sport. If they do 2 classes of jiu-jitsu, they won't call it cage fighting, unless they want to look hard in front of their mates. I'm not a violent person in the slightest. I see it very much as a sport. There's 2 people willing to do combat against each other. If you're from Wrexham, come to IPC, just give one of the classes like the MMA beginners a go, and so much more will come from it. I've had a fairly successful mixed martial arts career so far. I've got 6 wins and 1 loss. It was strange when I first started thinking about fighting, because when I got into it I had no intentions of it at all. And then the way I always saw it was, it's like training for a rugby game or a football game and never actually getting to play. My career was going really well. I'd won 5 fights in a row, and then I broke my hand during sparring. I had to have surgery with 7 pins. I was out for about 6 months with that. I wasn't sure whether I was going to fight again. I wasn't sure about grappling or boxing or anything. I just thought there was no chance of me coming back at all. I built myself up. I was finally back to throwing punches and training again. As soon as I got the all clear, I jumped into another competition where I broke it again, and that was the most devastated I've been. I even remember it going and just felt crushed, and I just knew I'm gonna have to do that whole build up again and more. Nothing like it. Coming back after the 2 breaks was amazing. It was more like a relief to be having the feelings again. I remember being in the back before the fight, and I wasn't like the same kind of nerves that I used to get. I was more excited, and it didn't go my way, but I still felt proud of myself for getting all the way back and having not competed for about a year and 2 months or so. So it was kind of like a bittersweet ending to the journey. I was back in the gym, training again the week after, not hanging around on a loss. And I was offered another fight for ICE, and it was for a title. There was no thoughts about it. Title fight, definitely. Warm up, always the same. Always feels rushed, always feels terrible whilst doing it. Every shot seems sluggish and tired, and there's just a million different things you wish you were doing, and everything's just going through your mind. And then started walking out, and the next thing I was in there, and I was just thinking, man, it's been quick since the last time I was in here. In the 3rd round, I knew I was a bit more relaxed. I didn't feel like rushed, didn't feel so much pressure. And as soon as he went for his takedown, I sprawled, took the back, and got the short choke. Winning was it just felt brilliant, just to I just remember running around thinking, thank God I've done that. There was so much pressure after losing one. I think it was like, I didn't want to lose 2 back to back. It's a strange relief. Whether you win or lose that competition, there's nothing but a mutual respect for the other person. Whether you go out for a drink with them afterwards or you never look at them again, you've shared a special bond with that person, and I think that matters a lot. Now I'm the Ice champion, I don't know, it's more exciting than nerve-wracking for me. I've hopefully got people who want to take it off me, and I'm looking to defend it. It's more of a good opportunity for me than it is for them.